Hello everybody. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. Decided to change up the playlist from yesterday because after I'd finished the stream yesterday and finished uploading it, turns out if you use Lord of the Rings music, it immediately gets flagged for copyright and blocked in Denmark? I'm not sure why, but apparently you can't listen to Lord of the Rings music in Denmark. But that's a thing, so can't use that playlist anymore, even though it was really cool. It was like a giant 7-hour long one, so it would have lasted like several streams. And covered so many different games and fantasy media, but here we are with the Witcher 3 soundtrack. Hopefully it's not super loud. I did try and balance it a little bit before stream, but didn't have a lot of time to test things out today. Hopefully it's good. But today, I'm going to be doing another just ICC run. Decided I'd finish off, well, decided to run this first because my character was down here for some reason. Don't know why. I think I was planning on running this yesterday and then must have logged out and done something else because apparently I didn't finish it. So anyway, I'm going to run this. I'm going to head over to Ice Crown and just run Arthus on all 3 of the 120s. I did contemplate bringing over the 115, but I'm not sure how well he's going to get through everything, because I'm pretty sure the warrior struggles to like bring Arthus down quick enough. I mean, he's still not going to kill me or anything, but it's just, it triggers all the like irritating parts of the fight and stuff. So it's easier just to use the 120s for now, anyway. Yeah, after that, probably going to run over to Legion and finish off the Argusian Reach rep. And buy all of the mounts, depending on if I have enough gold. I should do, but I'm basically going to be bankrupt by the end of the stream. So we might end up doing several gold farming streams on, like, Thursday. No, it'll be Friday and Saturday because I'm busy on Thursday this week, but there should be more than one gold farming stream after the reset, just because I want to try and recuperate some of the gold I'm going to lose today, buying all the mounts. But with those extra mounts from the Argusian Reach that we're going to get, I'm going to be 3 mounts off of 120, of 200 rather. Because it's 6 of the, like, random, like, ram things, whatever they're called. The rams from Argus, I don't remember. But it's 6 of those that you buy, which are all, like, 8,000 each, and then you get the 1 from the Void Elves as well. So hopefully, we can get lucky on that one. Hopefully we get lucky in ICC today, because if we do that as well, then I'll literally be 2 mounts off. Which would be insane. And then there's also a bunch of the rares are up in Argus as well. From I had a look this morning just to see how many quests were up to make sure we could finish the Argusian Reach stuff. And I think a couple of the rares are up. I think all of the egg rares are up right now. Like they're all part of world quests or whatever. So at least have a chance to hopefully get one of the eggs so I can get more of the mana ray things. Apologies, my voice apparently doesn't want to work. That's fun. Hopefully that chills out as we go. But yeah, I think I moved the Demon Hunter and the Warrior across already. They're both outside of Ice Crown, so we just have to fly over on this dude.
Congratulations.
I'm curious how long it's going to take, actually. Because I do want to get time to go and do the Legion stuff, and then we've also got the Argent Crusade stuff to start again, like a new grind up to a new mount, because I think I've got 7 of the Argent Crusade mounts left to get as well now. I'm just trying to, like, plan out the easiest route to get the last few mounts I need now. I do also know there's the quest chain in Sholazar Basin that I still haven't done yet. And that opens up the green proto-drake farm. Like a 5% chance every 3 days or something to get it from an egg. Probably needed to go to there. But I wanted to get on this because I'm pretty sure this counts as a safe zone. Nope, only the ones from, like, safe zones when you start flying count as being in safe zones. That's fun. A long-ass flight, then. Actually, where's the, like, closest stop? I'll just take this anyway. Ah. But yeah, kind of getting worried that we are as close as we are to Shadowlands now, and I'm still like 10 mounts off the 200. I've still got to do the engineering grind here in Northrend as well to get Jeeves for Shadowlands. But apart from that, I've pretty much done everything I needed to for Shadowlands now. Apart from leveling another alt to 120. But I might just wait and do my final alt as a Void Elf Monk. Like when Shadowlands is out. Just because right now I've got a weird selection of stuff that are all like half finished. Like I've got the Druid that's at like almost level 60. That I don't really want to play. I've got the Death Knight at 62. I think something like that, 61, 62. Who I enjoy playing, but I don't really want to like level at the minute for some reason. I don't know. Just kind of reached this weird wall where I kind of just want to progress towards something rather than having to keep going back and redoing the same stuff over and over again. Like, I kind of just want to replay specific things, not having to replay everything like you do currently, which is why I'm waiting to finish leveling up everything. Because my Death Knight and Druid should both get squished down to somewhere around, like, level 25-ish. Which then only means I've got, like, 30 levels to go before they're ready to both use in Shadowlands anyway. Although the more I play Survival Hunter, the more I'm enjoying that. Like, I know the DPS, like, that they output is going to be less than Beastmaster. It's probably less than Marksman in Shadowlands as well, right? But it's still just kind of fun to play. It's a nice change. I like the randomized bomb skill thing that you can get. So, like, every time you throw out your, like, AoE bomb effects, they're always different. I think one of them, like, resets a cooldown, one of them is, like, a dot, and so on. I think that's a really cool idea. And I really like just grapple hooking around to all the enemies and stuff, like, it makes maneuvering through environments really fun. Although, to be honest, I feel like if I geared my Survival Hunter up enough, I don't think his DPS would be that bad. It'd probably be on par with the Warrior, I'd imagine. I don't think Survival Hunter is as bad as it's been made out to be honest. Although I suppose it depends what you really are after in a class. Like, a lot of people don't like Hunter because it's super simple. But I kind of enjoy the simplicity of Hunter. It allows me to kind of just relax and play the game. I'm not having to manage like 20 different buttons and figure out how I need to do stuff. I know my basic rotation is like 1, 2, 3. I can use my Bestial Wrath thing when I'm fighting bosses to buff stuff up. I've got my 2 different like multi-shot abilities. I've got my maneuverability thing from my pterodactyls. I've got dots over here and stuff. Like, I don't need to worry about a whole lot. The only thing that is different in Shadowlands is just having to keep an eye on your focus, seemingly. You can't just sort of spam everything out like you can now. You kind of have to pick and choose your targets and wait for cooldowns a little more. Well, it's not waiting for cooldowns, it's like not overusing your barb shots and stuff, so the dot effects are actually running their course rather than you just spamming them out to get an extra cooldown and stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying out Monk, but I'm waiting for Shadowlands for that one. Although we can make the character today. I did make a Lightforged Draenei Paladin after the stream. I've not, like, opened him up or leveled him at all, I've just left him there. Because I know he's going to get squished down. And I can just go in and play him on Shadowlands and see if Paladins are any better. Because I tried playing Paladin for a bit and I got to like level 20 and just got really bored playing it. Which is weird, coming from the super simple class and then going to play Paladin and getting bored, but, you know. Paladin just seems to be a lot of waiting around for things to come off cooldown. Like, you activate your abilities and then you just sort of stand there and don't do anything. Which it kind of plays the same way in Classic as well. Like, you run up to an enemy, you pop all your abilities, and then you just hit it with a hammer until they die, basically. As long as you've got your, like, dots up and whatever, that's all that matters. Whereas with Hunter, I still feel like I'm constantly doing something, even if it's not actually dealing damage. Well, Hunters are constantly dealing damage, I'm just not, like... I know how to put it. It is kind of just spamming out buttons, but I still feel like I'm actually interacting and doing something in the fight rather than just standing there and waiting for cooldowns to come off. And it's not like playing Mage or Warlock where you're standing around waiting for cast times to go off. You're just firing your gun and ordering your pet to attack, and like you're constantly doing something. Which I like. I never noticed those two actually fighting each other when they fly around the zone, but that kind of makes sense, I guess. I'm curious how much time I'm going to actually have to do everything. I'll see how long it takes me to run ICC. The once, anyway. What difficulty set to? Heroic 25, please, not 10. I guess because I ran Karazhan last, so it changes the settings. Which means I might need to do that on my other two characters as well. Irritating me. Continuing on from something I was talking about in the last stream, said I was watching, I think, Dracula. It was like a palate cleanser after watching The Fall, and not really sure how I feel about the ending of that, to be honest. Like, gonna go into spoilers and stuff, so if you're gonna watch it, go watch that first. But the first two episodes, really good. The third episode felt like they were kind of just rushing to a conclusion. It didn't really feel... I was checking my things. It didn't really feel like things were properly resolved. Like, there's still so many questions and stuff they just left unanswered. For example, there's a really... Well, I think she's an awful character. But there's a character in the third episode who I really don't like. Genuinely a horrible human being. She turns into a vampire. But she can't, like, heal from drinking the blood like Dracula can? Like, she's just this burnt, horrible mess and is always gonna be this burnt, horrible mess, apparently? Like, she can't regenerate like Dracula can? But you see Dracula regenerate in, like, the first episode. Like, he goes from being this, like, withered old man into a, like, charming Count Dracula character. When he, like, drinks a guy's blood over, like, a really long period of time, like, he absorbs their life, basically. But apparently she can't do that. But she's a vampire? Or is she not a vampire, was she just an undead? Because apparently those two are two separate things in that universe. Which makes sense, sure, you have like zombies and actual vampires, right? But they never explain the differences between those two. They never really explain what's the like creational difference, because Dracula seems to be able to make both of them. Because you meet his bride in the first episode as well, or one of his brides, because apparently he always has 3. That's a statement he makes. So, one of his brides is a vampire, because she drinks the guy's blood, and I think she turns a baby into a vampire too. But she can drink blood? Can she regenerate? Or is she just like a regular, like a shit vampire, basically, that just has to drink blood to feed? There's just so many questions and so many things just left completely unanswered by the end of it. It feels like the show really needed like an extra 3 episodes. Because the final episode like jumps from being in the past to like 100 years later, like modern day. Which was a cool idea, like I genuinely liked it. Change up of scenery and like technology, and Dracula like learning how everything works was cool. But it felt like they just jumped forwards and nothing was really... I don't know, I just didn't like it. It felt like they needed more time to flesh out the modern day characters, because it spent 2 episodes fleshing out all the characters in the past. The second episode is genuinely really good. It's like a murder mystery on a boat where Dracula is the detective. And also the murderer, surprisingly. But, you know, it was a really fun dynamic, and I genuinely really enjoyed that episode. And they spent all this time fleshing out all the characters and sort of explaining a lot of the time through like kind of subtle ways of who these characters were, what they're like, what they wanted, where they were going within their life and all the rest of the stuff, without really saying a lot of it a lot of the time. Which is really well done. And then the third episode, suddenly we're just in modern day and there's a whole bunch of like new characters, basically a new cast. Apart from Dracula and Van Helsing are played by the same people. But it's just this jump forward and there's no real like room for them to expand upon these characters, I think. I genuinely feel like it would have been better if they'd have had a 3rd episode in the past. And then had 3 episodes set in modern day, where they could have actually spent time fleshing out the modern day characters, rather than like rushing to a conclusion. But I guess it might have been like a thing from higher up or whatever. They only had 3 episodes and that was it. And they just made it work. Because it is by the same guys who make like Sherlock. So it is kind of their style of doing the like 3 episodes a season thing. And you've got the I can't remember his name, but I think he's one of the writers / director. As well as the guy who plays Mycroft and Sherlock. Because he's always in everything that he does as like a minor character, same as like Tyker and I can't remember his name. The like main guy behind Mandalorian and the first 2 Iron Man films. Him. He's always in the stuff that he directs and stuff. And they always play like fun minor characters. Mycroft plays Dracula's like modern day thrall. Which they do a good job of doing that. Like the thrall stuff, because they never directly talk about it or talk about how that he turns them into thralls or anything else. But in the first episode, I think it's Jonathan Harker. They're like the first victim you see in the show, basically. When he first arrives at the convent or whatever, he's like rambling about Dracula and just writes like 20 pages of text that's just Dracula, 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 like over and over and over again. And then modern day with the not Mycroft character. You see him doing a crossword at one point when he's sat in a car like waiting for Dracula to come back. and every answer he writes in the crossword is Dracula. And then eventually starts writing stuff like outside the crossword as he goes. I just thought that was a really cool way of like showing off the thrall thing without like actually spending time explaining it or directly expositioning it. Like it was just a thing if you pay attention. Like that's a thing that people that are under his control exhibit. They just keep repeating his name. It's genuinely a really cool show, and it was a really cool interpretation of like the mythos and stuff. Genuinely enjoyed it. I just think the last episode could have been like, you know, 3 more episodes before it would have been nice. Just to spend more time fleshing things out and answering some of the questions. Because I feel like I paid a good deal of attention to it, and noticing all these tiny little elements of characters and stuff, but I just still had so many questions by the end of it. And I assume there isn't going to be a follow-on with how it actually ends, so probably not going to get any answers to those questions. Which I'm sure I've mentioned in other streams. I kind of like that in some things. But in this case, I just kind of got super into that world and kind of wanted answers to some of the stuff. They did, like, leave the door open, essentially, to flesh out more characters in that universe, I guess. But the whole, like, Dracula Van Helsing story is kind of, like, wrapped up at the end, basically. As it is in the end of, I think, every version of Dracula, to be fair. Apart from that, whatever it was, the, like, Dracula origin story film. That I actually quite enjoyed when I watched that as well. Murray starts out as like a young man and then basically gets tricked into being a vampire to save his country or whatever. It was actually quite a cool film. But yeah, that leaves it like open-ended, like you see him in modern day. It's where the whole let the games begin thing comes from. I think it's Charles Dance that's like the evil vampire or whatever. That's the only time I think I've seen the Dracula thing be left, like, open-ended. Although, to be fair, it has been, like, what, 5? No, it's been way longer than 5 years since I've actually read the original, like, book. I'm pretty sure we read it in, like, secondary school at some point, so it's been fucking ages. Like, early on as well. No idea. It's been a long time. Why did you go and loot that one and not the ones I was pointing at? Thank you. Yeah, because I was in a vampire-y mood after I finished Dracula. I also started watching the latest Underworld film afterwards. That was a mistake. That's, that film was, I didn't finish it. I got just really bored of it, like, in the last act especially. Like, the first half of the film is just exposition about the bloodlines of the vampire and the lichen and all the rest of the crap. Like, stuff they've built up in the previous films that I haven't watched in, like, 5 years, but sure. I vaguely remember some of that stuff. But they spend like an hour explaining all of that to you again. Which, fine, I guess it's like the main premise of the film. They kind of needed to at least refresh some of that stuff. But then, the like, latter half of the film is just loads of fight scenes with unnecessary slow-mo. There's a whole bunch of scenes of characters just like swearing, but it's in slow motion. It's just so dumb. Like, it doesn't add tension or any sort of like, you know, it doesn't make the fight scenes feel any more interesting. It's just people swearing at each other in slow motion. It's such a weird choice they made with that. I don't understand. I probably won't go back and finish that film, I'll be honest. I think the other thing that was kind of dumb, but also I've watched enough Doctor Who that I was kind of like, okay, yeah, fair enough. But they spend all this time setting up the, like... Well, they've spent all this time in the previous films explaining, like, the pure bloods are immune to sunlight from the vampire side, and then there's the guy in this film who's like a super lichen or whatever. He's like juicing on some stuff that makes him immune to silver. They had to set up this whole thing to basically be like, oh yeah, you know all these guns that we have that shoot UV bullets and silver bullets? Yeah, they don't work on these two guys, so they can have a sword fight. It was just such a weird film. I feel like if it wasn't for all the slow-mo, I'd have probably given that a pass too. But all the slow-mo kind of just dragged it down enough that I was like, I watched enough Doctor Who where they have to creating these ways to, like, nullify the Doctor's overpoweredness. So I'm kind of used to that stuff, but even that just was kind of dumb. Won't be going back to finish that. I did try at one point to find the older Dracula films, the ones with, I can't remember his name either now, Count Dooku as vampire? As Dracula, rather, as vampire? What a weird thing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Dracula at one point, and I kind of wanted to watch those films, because apparently they're good. But they're just not available on anything, unless you pay like 20 quid on Amazon or something. Which is a bit expensive for one film, essentially, considering you can get, what is it, like Netflix for a tenner for a month? Prime for about the same. I think I'm currently paying like £2 for Now TV, which is all of the Sky and like HBO TV shows. And then you've got to pay 20 quid to watch an old-ass Dracula film. I feel like we're going to get far more value out of any of the streaming servers. Which is unfortunate, because I do want to watch that film. I suppose on the upside, we get to play around in Shadowlands vampire stuff soon, so I guess that's my like fix on the vampire front. Which are maybe good, maybe not, because I've been hearing some more stuff about the Shadowlands class Covenant things. Turns out what I talked about in the first stream, second stream, when I was saying that they're probably not going to balance all this stuff before Shadowlands comes out, like everyone else has been saying. Turns out it's pretty true, yeah. None of them are balanced. Apparently rogues have one good Covenant choice and all the others are bad. Warriors now only have one good Covenant choice, they used to have two. Seems like it's going well in Shadowlands, honestly. And it comes out in what, like 2 months? Which, I mean, fair enough, maybe they'll fix it beforehand, maybe they'll balance everything, maybe every Covenant will be good for something. But from what I've been seeing and heard lately, that's not currently true. Which makes me slightly nervous. Not that it's going to impact my gameplay much at all, because, like I said in the last stream, maybe the stream before that, where I was talking about my Covenant choices and stuff, I've kind of just decided I'm going to go with whichever one is fun and makes my gameplay more interesting. I like having good DPS. It feels good to be at the top of those meters and, you know, being able to basically just tell the elitist people to piss off because you're already doing more DPS than them with less gear. Like, it's great, but I don't feel like it's going to be an option because if the Covenants aren't balanced now, chances are the good ones are going to get nerfed post-launch, right? And the bad ones are going to get buffed. Which is something I think we all knew was going to happen already. It's how, you know, any game that's sort of a live service like an MMO is. It's a constant updated thing. Things constantly get rebalanced, right? Which means your Covenant choice at the start, you can pick the best one, but 2 months later it might be the worst one because all the others get buffed to be better than it because that one's really overpowered, or the one that you pick gets nerfed into oblivion because it was overpowered. You may as well just pick whichever one feels good and that you enjoy playing with and is fun, as opposed to the best DPS, because they're all going to get changed eventually, to some degree. I have a feeling they're not going to flat out remove any of them now. They're just, I think, in the tuning phase or whatever right now, right? So all that's going to happen is the like effects and the level of effect, like how powerful or how weak it is just going to change as things go. So hopefully nobody gets completely screwed over, because that would suck, but I'm fully prepared for all of them to get changed to some degree. So I'm just going to choose whichever one I like, which right now, as much as I want the Venthia teleport, like their actual specific ability, which seems really cool. It seems way better than the weird fox form that the Fae get, but I'm probably going to choose the Fae Covenant anyway, just because the ability they have for hunters is really fun. I like the slapping down a big AoE and then everything gets debuffed and you just hammer into it. Seems really fun from a gameplay loop standpoint. Because I've really enjoyed having like Purification Protocol and stuff in BFA. I think it might be my favourite of the Heart of Azeroth powers I've used. Just because it's this big AoE, you just slap it down and blow everything up. Like, doing island expeditions with it is so much fun. Like, you just round up half the island, drop down your big laser beam and just kill everything around you. Genuinely love using it. So having an ability that does basically the same thing, just through slightly different means, probably going to be the one I pick. But to be fair, right now, of all the hunter abilities, I think all of them have some use at least, which was the intended thing for Shadowlands, right? That's what the original pitch was from Blizzard, that every ability will have a use in some sort of content. And I feel like hunters are in a really good place with their abilities. Because you have the Venthia one, which is like a second barb shot. So if you want an extra dot or an extra like bleed effect type thing to use, you've got that. There's the... what is it? I can't remember the name now. Necrolords? They get their like chakram thing. So if you want an extra ability basically stolen straight from survival hunters on your Beastmaster or your Marksman, and you've got an extra ability that you can use there. Which seems kind of fun, and I can't remember what the Kyrian one is, but I'm pretty sure all the hunter abilities have a use somewhere, at least. And it all kind of just comes down to your preference and playstyle. Like, I like having AoEs, but I don't want to have super long cast times like a mage. So it kind of works for me, right, doing the Fae thing. But some people like having loads more dots and stuff. And maybe also don't want long cast times, they don't want to play a Warlock. So having the Venthia ability kind of makes you this nice, like, in-between. So I genuinely feel like hunters are in a really good place for Shadowlands abilities. Like, you can kind of just pick whatever. As long as it suits your, like, specific playstyle. Oh, I might automatically in combat with Sindragosa. Oh, I'm not now, but oh. Yeah, I need to relook at what the abilities are for Hunter and stuff now, because I was going to go Kyrian on my Warrior, rather. Just because I didn't really have a class I wanted to put in the Kyrian Covenant, but I still want to see the storyline, especially considering how much it's tied to Arthus and Uther. I really want to see how that all plays out, so kind of need to have a Kyrian Covenant member, but apparently the Kyrian ability got changed like a couple days ago, so I need to look into just how much it's been changed. Because it could still be fine, it could now be completely useless and not worth taking. There's not really any way of knowing without playing. And since I, you know, still haven't got a beta invite, still can't play until October. What was that? I just got to spell the Blackened Blade. Oh, damn. Okay, that's a cool sword. It's like the, reminds me of the Uruk-hai blades from Lord of the Rings, funnily enough. Although I probably shouldn't keep saying the name, considering the music gets it banned in Denmark, so maybe I should put Lord of the Rings on my, like, list of things not to say. That's so dumb. I really don't understand why that's banned in Denmark, but apparently it is. I should just equip these, just to get the extra appearances logged. I do need to log into my druid, because I'm pretty sure she has like 40 boxes of cloth and leather gear that I've mailed over to it, and I can't remember if it can even equip both, which is a bit of an issue. If it can't, I'll have to mail all the leather back from her to the class trial rogue, I think. One run of Ice Crown is like 20 minutes then? Looking at the timer, because I think it took me like 15 minutes-ish to get here. And it's currently like 37 minutes in, so about 20 minutes-ish to get all the way to Lich King. I'm going to take a quick break after this fight, actually. So only be like 30 seconds, and I'll be back, so. I just noticed that's a thing. Reputation games with Legion and Battle for Azeroth world factions increased by 100%. That a weekly event thing? What is that from? I mean, the Trial of Style is happening right now, which I need to compete in because I've never done it. I don't know if I'll do that just off stream though. I don't really know what the benefit of competing in it is, but I've never done half the holidays, so I want to try them out and see what's going on there. Because I kind of dropped out before I got to try any of them when I started with BFA. Alright, here's the thing to drink with someone on Pirate Day. Also, you made 1,000 gold just running this, somehow. Also, I love the fact that my new 115 has more gold than my other 120, because you get so much gold just doing leveling content. Like, just doing BFA content, that character's gone from 200 gold to 3,000. Because apparently you make that much gold just questing. It was only for the first 5 levels, so if that's the same up to 120, you should have like 6,000 gold by the time he's finished BFA. Which would be almost the price of one of the mounts we're going to buy today. so it might recuperate at least a little bit of money. But yeah, you can see up here my my rep bar list is a lot longer than it used to be. I went around yesterday and just did all of the Burning Crusade dungeons on Heroic again for the first time in ages. Because I realised if I do all of them, I'll be like halfway to the 100 rep mount, and they're really easy to do, because you just run the dungeons on Heroic once a day. And get like 1,000 reputation every run or whatever, if not more. From some of them. I think actually definitely more, because you get like 250 per boss, and then you get 15 per mob for whichever faction it is. As long as your pets don't instantly kill the boss and take away your reputation, which is a great feature. I'm glad that pets can instantly steal your loot and your reputation gains. Well, that's not a mount. God damn it, Arthus. Right, I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the Demon Hunter. Just thought I'd show off the Lightforge Paladin, who I called Lumorno. Because apparently Lumo means light in some language. I can't remember exactly which one. I think it's somewhere of Hispanic descent, but not sure exactly where. I just added a couple more characters to the end of it to give it a bit more flair. Because I thought it was kind of fitting for a giant, light-bound dude. That's my new paladin. Haven't played him, but that's the thing. Anyway, Demon Hunter time. I think the Warrior is probably going to be the slowest to run through out of all of them, just because he doesn't have gliding and dashing. All he can do is little bunny hops. I would show off, well, I would like go through the Shadowlands stuff on stream, like what the different classes and stuff do now. With the current build. But it changes like every week, so... Well, I think it changes every Wednesday or whatever when they put out a new build, so maybe we'll have a look on like Thursday or something. Oh yeah, quick check to see which difficulty is on. Definitely Heroic 25. Maybe. Yeah, I might sit and go through all of them on stream at some point. Should be a cool little thing to do. Ah, so that is just a worldwide buff right now. Extra rep games from Legion and Battle for Azeroth. Is that like an extra thing that they've given us right now to just like finish off everything before Shadowlands comes out, or is that a weekly thing?
This is our final stand.
I don't know.
What happens here will echo through the ages. Regardless of outcome, they will know that we fought with honor, that we fought for the freedom and safety of our people.
I'm out of range.
Fear is your great.
I feel like this class has so many different AoEs, but they're all on cooldown all the time.
Your soul will shine brighter than 1,000 suns. The enemy will falter at the sight of you. They will fall as the light of righteousness envelops them.
I woke up one of the big guys back. So...
I need to get closer.
There we go. But I used my 2 backs and... Also, from what I've played of Survival Hunter, it seems like the class where Blizzard, for some reason, spent the most time, like, perfecting the Azerite traits. Because all their Azerite traits seem somewhat useful. Like, they all synergize with the class's, like, basic rotation really well. They all feel like they at least have some use depending on how you want to play the class and stuff, kind of like how Hunter abilities are in Shadowlands. I feel like Blizzard really like Hunter for some reason. Because it feels like Survival got a really nice treatment in BFA, and then Hunter's also getting the really nice treatment in Shadowlands. Is this the lift? Oh, the lift is coming down. Actually never used this lift in ages, but we will today. Just jump to make sure I'm actually on it. Oh, those are some cool leather shoulders. And yeah, had a look at the Trialist style stuff when I went for my quick break, and pardon me, probably won't do that on stream. Because it's a, like, transmog competition thing. We have to, like, make a new transmog every time you enter or whatever. Like, it's a... You can't make them in advance, you just get selected a random one and have to pick it. Which means I'm probably going to do really badly, because I spend ages picking out transmog stuff. Being under a time limit probably wouldn't be fun for me, so probably do that off stream. It seems kind of cool though. You get you get tokens which you can exchange for transmog items. That's what I was trying to say. And if you win, you get like a special shirt or whatever. There's like an extra transmog thing. So actually, I think it'll be kind of cool. I'm really looking forward to Shadowlands coming out and being able to make a Night Elf Demon Hunter finally. because I already have like a transmog in my head planned out for that. So that'll be cool. I don't really know where I'm going with my my Draenei Paladin. I didn't really think about it before I made one. I just kind of wanted to have one. To be fair, I have a Goblin Rogue that I still have not even started. Called Stabbers. And I actually saw a Rogue the other day when I was travelling down to Karazhan on this Demon Hunter. Which is called Stabs, but with 2 Zs. So I guess I'm not the only one who picked the same name, basically. Now people are having to run out of ways of spelling the same thing. Yeah, I'm getting loads of transmog stuff edged down this run. Nice. That's quite cool, actually. It's very red. Oh, you have to speak to Sourfang, don't you? Old Sourfang before he got younger again for BFA.
Speak quickly and speak the truth.
I'm gonna go beat the crap out of his son over here. What? What is happening? Why do we have like 20 different buffs right now? Got Hellscream's War Song, the Sign of the Emissary, and also Impressive Influence. It's a shame it's only Legion and BFA World Quest that are getting buffs. It'd be nice if it was all of them, so I could go and run all of the Burning Crusade stuff and finish that all off in one day. To be fair, when is the next thing? Battle for Azeroth Dungeon event begins. Oh, okay. Rep from Dungeons, right? Time Walking. What's that? Is that? That's Draenor. Oh god. Oh, there's one. Oh, it's Mists. Oh, okay. October. Oh, that would be nice actually. It's like the week before Shadowlands. So you can go and do Time Walking, Burning Crusade before Shadowlands. I think Kyle was interested in doing that, so might be able to convince him to come back like a week before Shadowlands. If he doesn't want to play the pre-patch anyway. Actually, I don't even know if the rep, like the faction gain stuff, they're keeping that, or if it's gone back to like the default one where you just get... Oh, but you can just run the old content or whatever. Oh, it actually let me in this time. I've done that before where I've double jumped through the door and it just kicked me back out again. Because I like went through too quickly or whatever. Which is kinda dumb. I might also do some gold farming on this character, just to get the last of the Panther mounts. Because I probably... If I make a new Demon Hunter and level it up, like boost it, in Shadowlands, I'm probably not going to use this Demon Hunter again for a while. Just because I don't know, like I used to love the Horde side, but since I made my Gnome and I've kind of like mained Alliance more, I kind of don't want to keep playing stuff on the Horde side. Just because I feel like I'm not really progressing towards anything when I'm playing alts on the Horde side. Because like all the progress I make on it is just tied to this one character and can't go anywhere else. I suppose if I made more Horde alts and stuff, then it would become more viable. A lot of the time I just want to put stuff back onto my main, but you can't transfer stuff without going through like a really dumb process, basically. I basically need to mail all my gold from this character to a friend's Horde alt, and then have them buy a thing that I put on the auction house with my gold. So that way, I can transfer the gold to my gnome. It's kind of dumb. As much as I don't really have the issue of not having friends to transfer stuff to. I actually do. It's just a matter of them actually being online and wanting to open WoW. It's just the fact that you have to go through such a ridiculous process just to transfer gold or whatever between characters. I've been over it several times in different streams because it still irritates me. It just feels like such a basic thing. Hey, can't you just... Oh, you can't do that anymore. No, that's dumb. I'm pretty sure I found when we did this a long time ago. One of the first streams was that you could just click away the debuff and you could just move freely. And I think on Hunter you can just pop the ability as well and just move around. Just ignore the debuff. Great. Cool, awesome. I just noticed the giant beetle over there. Just sat on the side. Oh, he's like actually hooked up to the machine and stuff. What are they pumping that into? Oh, okay. More of the bugs, interesting. Did I get another one of the pets? Yeah, I did. Cool. Just delete that. I need to get new bags on this character. She's still using 20 slots. I guess that's a use for all this Horde gold I've got. Just buying a bunch of really cheap bags, because I think all the 30 slot bags are like 200 gold now. Which is great. Or you can pay like 3 grand for a 32 slot bag. It's a weird world, the WoW economy. 2 slots is apparently worth like an extra, like 2,700 gold. Seems odd considering what you can fit an extra 8 items in your bag. Wow.
It's too far away.
Also, what are you guys doing here? Hello?
I'm out of range.
You shall face their might combined. Rise up, brothers, and destroy our enemies.
I don't know when I pulled those guys, but they followed me all the way here.
It's too far away.
I'm pretty sure these guys are some of the bosses in Shadowlands pre-patch. Oh wow. That is a cool leather hood for like a rogue maybe, or a warlock? Actually warlocks were cloth, don't they? That'll be a rogue then. Yeah, it'd be a cool helmet for a rogue transport. Like a creepy, almost like Scarecrow-esque character. Be cool. I do love the blade dance ability. That is fun. Just smashing through a group of enemies. Called blade dance, right? Yeah, it is.
You have made
target something first.
Interestingly, these guys are vampires, aren't they? So I guess this is like the first bit of the Venthia coming through, maybe? I don't know how much like vampire lore stuff there is in WoW, to be honest. Also, none of that stuff has collisions, apparently. Just flew through a wall. Yeah, I'm not sure how much vampire stuff there is in WoW. Might be something worth looking into.
Collecting reagents for that madman Finkelstein.
I need a target.
Creatures, die!
I need to get closer.
I do like the fact that you can just unload all of your AoE abilities on this character.
I need a target.
I think I was gonna go with
Come! Your second death approaches!
Brain. I was gonna go with Venthia on the Demon Hunter. I have no idea what the ability was anymore, but it was the plan. Originally.
Foolish
Where is he gonna pop up?
brought my reinforcements with you!
Oh,
Arise,
there.
Argent champion, and serve the Lich King in death!
It's too far away.
Cool.
You must join me in the eternal embrace of death.
Oh, wow, she was weaker than the Argent champion. Killed her with one, like, blade through.
I'm out of range.
The loss of our comrades was
I
unpreventable.
don't have a
They
target.
lived and died in the service of the Argent Crusade.
Also, Crusader Kings 3 came out today, or it comes out today. I think when I looked on Steam it was like 6 hours left. That was a few hours ago, so maybe by the time the stream is uploaded to YouTube I can play Crusader Kings 3, which would be fun. I really enjoy Crusader Kings 2. It definitely isn't a game for people who want like really pretty graphics and stuff, because it is kind of just a spreadsheet game at the end of the day. It's like playing whatever it is, like Football Manager or whatever. Like you're kind of just on a world map and you make decisions and stuff, but it's really cool. I like all the different decisions and the randomness of it.
Out of range.
Like you can just catch a random disease that at the time was incurable, and that's it, your character's just dead and you didn't have an air game over. Just completely random chance. Like I started playing a game yesterday, just decided to make a new character. I wanted to like mess around with some stuff. I started out as Iceland, of all places. And I've got the there's a DLC that lets you like mess with the rulers and create your own, basically. So I made Iceland back into being like a Nordic place because it's Catholic in 1066, I think. Became like, you know, Vikings basically, and started raiding Wales and Ireland, and eventually invaded Ireland. Took over Ireland, became the King of Ireland. Just by slowly taking over the little counties, because even in 1066 Ireland is like this fractured place just filled with counts and dukes and stuff, rather than like England has been unified and so is Scotland and everywhere else, right? So it's this like little easy pickings area to just go and like take land and stuff. Become, you know, the King of Ireland. Then by marrying my son to the daughter of the Scottish, well, one of the Scottish kings, because Scotland is like, well, it was two separate countries, basically. So, you know, got the heir and stuff going there, which was good. And then I joined the court of, not the court, the cult of hell. You got cults and magic and all the dark stuff going on as well. Joined that, instantly got promoted to being the leader of the cult, which gives you all of the abilities that the cult guys have. So So I could just immediately, like, imprison and possess people and all the rest of the stuff. So I just, you know, possessed the current king of that bit of Scotland. Got him killed, got his daughter in charge, which then means I could instantly, like, take over everything. And then just went around doing the same thing, just taking over everywhere using the, like, demonic possession thing, because it makes people either go mad or be, like, fanatically loyal to you.
I need to get closer.
You either drive a king mad and then he just ruins his own kingdom, or you get them to be loyal to you and instantly, like, vassalize them and expand your own kingdom.
It's too far away.
I was planning on doing, like, a really long-winded game and, like, trying to get, like, the best heir I could by, like, getting all the best genetics from all over the place. And that was the plan, was to go for, like, a really long thing and breeding, like, the perfect heir who would then, like, take over everything because he had better stats than everybody and could, like, outwit or outmaneuver them in every, like, situation. Instead, I just got instantly promoted to being the head of the cult of hell and became immortal, basically. Which was, again, completely by chance. Wasn't my intention. So that ended up turning into a really quick game, because I kind of got bored very quickly, because I just became so powerful and became basically unkillable. Because you can absorb the life force from your children or whatever to extend your own life, or you can sacrifice them to get rid of, like, demon hunters and stuff. And when you're already doing, like, the mass genetic experiment thing, you've got crap loads of children anyway. It was like, oh well, I don't need that one. Just stay around a bit longer. So I'm looking forward to Crusader Kings 3, because there's a whole bunch of new stuff as well. Like in 3 you can make your own religions, I think. You can also, like, rename everywhere. Which I don't think is a thing in 2, or at least I haven't done it in 2. And I couldn't figure out if there was a way to make your own religion. I never managed it in 2. But it'd be cool to have your, like, own little thing. The issue with, like, doing your own religion or having the opposite religion to everyone else, especially in 2, is then the fact that basically the only way to conquer places is through war. Because people won't accept your, like, marriage proposals and stuff as easily because you're, like, an infidel or whatever in their eyes. So it does make things slightly more complicated, founding your own religion. But I think in one of my first games, where I eventually became, like, the Emperor of Scandinavia, I then got other people, like, converting to my religion because it became so, like, powerful. Like, I became one of the first empires or whatever. Like, I became this mass that was just consuming everything. I really want to go back and see if I can find that game file and play that save, because it was really fun. I started out as, like, some petty king in Sweden, I think. Wasn't really, you know, doing that much. I was just vassalizing little tiny nations and, like, seducing my neighbors, like, wives and stuff, so then I could get them to assassinate their husbands for me, so I could then take over their land. So I was just slowly spreading around Scandinavia by seduction and war, basically. Until I eventually took over everything, became the Emperor, and then, again, ended up joining the Cult of Hell and, like, continuously extending my lifespan. So I think my, like, Emperor had lasted for, like, 100 years or whatever. So he was being hunted by everyone constantly, and I was constantly having to have new children so I could sacrifice them, otherwise I'd be killed. And because I was, like, I can't remember what the governmental type is, but if I died, my entire empire would fracture and be, like, split between my 20 children or whatever, so the whole thing would just fall apart and it'd be back to the beginning again, basically. So I just had to keep extending my lifespan to hold the empire together. I'm pretty sure you can eventually change the governmental type or whatever, like the law of succession, so it doesn't like fracture the empire. But I didn't get to that point. I think it also might be a thing if you have to change your religion to do it as well, which I might not have wanted to do, because if you change from like the... I think it is just called pagan. But it is like the Germanic faith or whatever, the like original Scandinavian like Nordic stuff, the old gods and things. If you change away from that, you then can't go raiding or like invade your neighbours anymore, because your like Catholic religion has to have the Cassius Belli or whatever, which is like the right to invade somewhere basically. And you can like fabricate those. But the easier way of doing it is just to, like, find someone who has a tie to their, like, even if it's a weak claim. And you just invite them to your, like, court, basically. Oh wow, I got a whole bunch of seals, and that's all I got from that, really. I just got the dumb marks, and that was it. Like, I got a bag full of them. I literally can't do anything with them because Demon Hunters don't have any gear from Ice Crown. Nice. But yeah, Crusader Kings. Fun game if you like strategy stuff. And it almost has that sort of D&D element, like I've been going on about just random different stories from games I've played. I think I've got like 100-something hours in the game now, because I just enjoy playing it, but I get kind of... There is a point where I get kind of bored of it, where it becomes basically just paint the map your colour. Kind of like in Total War games. Because eventually it becomes so big that your armies can't be defeated by anybody, and all you've got to do is make sure you have an heir that isn't going to fracture your empire, and then you never lose at that point. You just become this unstoppable mass that can't really fall apart anymore. Although I think in my Emperor of Scandinavia one I did keep having rebellions. Which is the like big thing that will like tear apart your empire if you don't keep everybody happy. Your empire can just fall apart. But generally it reaches a point where you become so strong that you can't be overthrown by anybody. And none of the other empires really stand a chance against you, so you just consume the world and that's it. Like, there's no real challenge or risk to anything, apart from you randomly dying from the plague or something. That's literally your only threat once you reach a certain point. Oof. What am I hit by? What does that come from? Oh, it's just like Arthus knowing we're here or whatever, I guess. That's kind of a cool mechanic. Basically the same mechanic from the Maw, which is apparently a bit unfinished. I am kind of worried about Shadowlands. Like, I'm just going to enjoy it, even if it's a bit buggy and broken, because it's new WoW content. There's new story stuff, which I love, and then also the fact kind of not got a lot going on, to be honest, so it doesn't really matter. It seems like everything is coming out now. I guess we're getting to like the later half of the year where everything does come out. I've just realised we've got Avengers like in a couple days. We've got Crusader Kings 3 today, and we've got Shadowlands next month. Like, genuinely, we've got everything coming all at once. It's really cool. And I'm fully expecting all of those games to be a little buggy in some areas because it's launch day, right? They're always going to be a little buggy on launch. Because there's things that QA testers don't pick up on because they don't have the gigantic scale of a full player base.
Gifted with true vision in a world cursed with blindness. See what else?
And obviously the whole current thing going on in the world, not everyone's in like an office working together and bouncing ideas off each other, where everyone's in their own little spaces. So
Your end is inevitable.
it's kind of fair enough. I don't really mind. The only thing that worries me is the Covenant thing and the amount of backlash that's going to come from that. Like, the Maw being a bit unfinished at the minute, it's not really an issue because it's endgame stuff, right? So even if it's bad at launch, it's not really going to matter until, like, at least for me, maybe like a month in, if I take everything really slow. And equally, I'm going to have a new alt that I want to level, my monk. And then I also have 2 other characters I want to level through Shadowlands stuff and choose a different Covenant. So even if the Maw is boring, I've got 3 other storylines to play through. I'm not really super bothered about getting insanely good or getting to end, you know, like high tier raiding or anything else. The only thing I'm worried about is, well, not worried, I'm kind of wondering is when exactly we get Torghast, because that was one of the things that really sold me on Shadowlands. And if Torghast isn't until like endgame stuff and it's not finished, that worries me. Because that's the thing I really want to play like a lot of. The idea of a roguelike inside WoW is super interesting to me. Which I feel like you can actually trace all the way back to Legion. Well, that's as far back as I've traced it back, right? Because we had invasion points in Legion on Argus, which are like these small pocket realms which have a randomized effect on them every time you go to one. And you have like you have 3 separate objectives you complete over time, but you have random effects, random zones, random enemies every time you do them. And then we had Horrific Visions and BFA, which is the same thing. You start out in a small bit of either Orgrimmar or Stormwind, randomized effect on you in every little zone, and you've got little mini-bosses to fight as you go around, with one main objective. And then we have Torghast, which is randomized floors with randomized enemies, with one set objective, which is get through the tower. I feel like Blizzard has been building to this for a while, and I'm super excited to see just how fun it is.
Let's get a move on then. Move out.
I already started enjoying like roguelike stuff and I wanted to play more of it. But the idea of playing it in WoW super interests me and I really want to play. So I just hope that's in and working. Even if the Covenant abilities are bad. At least there's Torghast. To be fair, it's kind of the mindset I have towards other things as well in Shadowlands. Like I said when I was talking to Kyle, that either I want Torghast to be good, or the story. As long as they don't completely ruin one of those 2 things, I will enjoy Shadowlands. Because, like, apart from some of the Sylvanas stuff, I actually kind of like the story of BFA. The story in the world is like a big part of what interests me in WoW anyway. So as long as that's okay, even if the expansion is kind of bad, I'll still enjoy it to some degree. But I don't think Shadowlands is necessarily going to be bad, I just think there's going to be some issues. Which is entirely possible Blizzard could fix. The only thing that I'm kind of worried about is how badly they're going to unbalance some of the Covenants. I think I've spoke about that for about an hour of this stream. It's just genuinely because I am kind of worried about it. Like, I generally want Shadowlands to be the best it can be, and from what I'm hearing from people who are playing the beta, what I've seen of people playing the beta, they're definitely not balanced. Which is a worry. I'm just hoping by the time we reach the end of October and we have Shadowlands, that they've finished all the tweaking and balancing and it's all good. That'd be good. I do like the fact that when I'm playing Warrior I can just spam 1 and keep moving. Not quite as effective as playing Demon Hunter where you can just spam out all your abilities, but... Oh, also my buff isn't up. Forgot about that. I didn't really notice it when I was playing Paladin. But I've just realised that the whole thing of having to keep a buff up all the time kind of reminds me of playing Classic. Because you don't have to do that playing Hunter. You don't have like a consistent buff or anything that you prop up. Oh, I got that again. Nice. Oh, you have to go kill the other one. I did it in the reverse order that I usually do.
I was not at the Rathgate, but the soldiers who survived told me much of what happened.
Oh wow, even does it even slow down the thing on that? Wow, that's weird.
He deserves a hero's burial. I am out of rage.
So I kind of want to look at these. Oh wow, it's the like shiny light ones. That's not the armor that it's from.
Why are you crying?
No idea. Just really wanted me to look at some Mr. Pandaria gear, I think.
It is nothing, Your Majesty. Just, I'm proud of my king.
Secure the deck and prepare our soldiers for an assault on the upper citadel.
I got some more stuff. I got a belt as well. Oh, that matches the shoulders I got earlier. These ones. Also, why sometimes does my character thing open this giant window and other times it's like half like this? What? He literally did it when I was talking about it as well. Such a weird thing. Also, something I have been noticing, which is nice on like a guild front, is that the guild master is now back most days. He's hanging around. Seems like people are kind of slowly coming back to the guild, which is nice. It will be nice to actually have a guild around again rather than just basically being by myself the rest of the time. I did think about finding a new guild. I kind of need to find one for my Demon Hunter still. Or just somewhere to, you know, put my ult so that she can actually do something. And have all the buffs and stuff. Where's the other one there? So many pet items. They just keep appearing. I don't think my inventory's been emptied out on this character. Has this character been gold farming? Yes. That'd be why. I'm really hoping this Witcher music isn't banned somewhere. Because I've been playing the whole stream, so... That would suck. Yeah, now I really need to find a new TV show to watch because I finished like everything I was kind of interested in. Although I've still got Watchmen to watch, because I only watched one episode of it. That was a lot of saying the word watch. So I'm able to go through and finish that, I suppose.
Too far away.
I don't know if I'll have time to stream tomorrow. If I do have time to stream tomorrow, I'll do the second gold farming stream tomorrow, because like I say, I'm busy on Thursday.
You thought us defeated so easily.
The reason I was thinking about that is because I'm supposed to be watching stuff on Thursday again, so...
You shall face their might combined. Rise up
That's why I'll be busy.
and destroy our enemies.
Naxanar was merely a setback. With the power of the orb, Valanar will have his vengeance. Blood will flow.
My queen.
Might actually do a Path of Exile stream during that little window I was talking about, like a couple weeks before Shadowlands, although if there's the Burning Crusade thing, like the week before, might have to come back earlier than I was intending to, so might have to take, like, I don't know, I kind of want to be there for the first week of pre-patch. I guess I'll try and get as much done as I can in the first week of pre-patch, and stream it. And then whatever I have left... Actually, I'm at 60, okay. Yeah, whatever I don't get finished in there, I'll finish that towards the end. Although, to be fair, playing the pre-patch quest line on live... not live, on the PTR rather. It seems kind of short anyway. Like, it's, Let's check and pick up any mail items in that bundle. But yeah, it's, we kind of finished it all in like 2 hours. Oh, actually I think we finished it all in an hour, actually. I think it was only half the stream, because then we went and did some, like, Legion rare farming. Okay, nice. I did that by accident on this character. Cool. Yeah, I think the whole quest line is only like an hour long, and then there's like a daily thing you can do. So I assume the dailies will reward something? No idea what. But I didn't really get a chance to check what they rewarded because the quest line got taken off the PTR like a week later. And I'd been busy with other stuff, so never got to see. Hopefully some good stuff. But hopefully not too good that if I drop out for a little bit because I want to like rest up before Shadowlands, that it's not too much of an issue. Although to be fair, if we get to the 200 mounts relatively soon, I might take a break other than doing like a gold farming stream a week or something like that. Because at this point, if you've like watched all the stuff, you've kind of already seen my gold farming stuff. It's pretty much the same all the time, apart from the new stuff I'm going to be adding in for the next couple, which is just like a leather working break in the middle, basically. So I like how the ones that get downed are randomized every time. Sometimes it's only one, sometimes it's multiple. It's cool. He's all hunched over and undead. No.
What? They died so easily.
Yeah, they died easily. I'm like 40 levels higher than you. What did you expect?
Is truly worthy of the title of champion.
But yeah, might drop out a bit earlier once we hit like 200 mounts, because that was kind of the main thing I wanted to record. It was all the mount farming and mounts that I get and stuff. I'm not gonna like drop out of doing everything. I still want to stream, but I'm just gonna stream other stuff. Kind of want to play some Path of Exile. Might play some Crusader Kings on stream. There's all the other stuff on Game Pass, like carry, and I've kind of enjoyed a little bit of. Didn't play much of it. That's kind of fun. You basically play as like a big, almost like a giant Lovecraftian monster, just like a mass of eyes and teeth. It just sort of like strings itself around the environment. It's kind of cool. That might be a fun stream. I also still have my list of like games on Steam that I want to play through. Although I already started a couple of them, so maybe not that list. I would have streamed Spec Ops: The Line, because I had that game bigged up to me a long time ago, and I finally got around to playing it. And I don't know, I've played like a couple hours in, and I'm really not... It just feels like a really generic third-person shooter so far. Jesus. That could have been bad, because I'd have just been falling after the lift the whole time. Well, I could have just jumped onto it with the... Oh no, it's recharging. Never mind. Yeah, I've just got like a list of games I want to play through, so... Plenty of different stuff we can do on stream for a bit. I might try and record some more Avengers stuff, but I won't stream it just because, I think I said before, like, streaming is more intensive, so... I can record it and then it's not really going to be as much of an issue, because it's just capturing my screen, basically. Might just have to play on lower settings than what I was playing on. Which kind of sucks, because that game is really pretty. But looking back at like the stream footage and stuff, it's really weird on the stream. It looks nothing like it did when I was actually playing the game. Don't really know why. So I'm just going to try like sticking it on lower settings and just recording instead. And I can just edit it down like the shorter videos I was doing. Like just do like a mission per episode or whatever. Although I'm not sure exactly which thumbnail style I should use for just like episodic stuff like that. It wasn't really something I planned on doing, so my like current thumbnail thing doesn't really work for it. I guess I could just stick it in the like segments style, because basically the YouTube thumbnails, I've got the green and blue, which is for like the main series, so WoW. And then the purple one is for streams that like aren't main series stuff, like Halo and Marvel and whatever else I end up playing. And then I've got a red one for like edited down bits, like highlights or segments from specific parts of the stream. Like the Shadowlands stuff I edited down, probably will do again. Just because not everyone wants to watch full streams, but they might still be interested in the content, so if I chop it down and make it more consumable, then it opens up my content to a wider audience.
I need to target something first.
Fools who have come to this place.
But doing actual episodic content, I'm not really sure which thumbnail style it fits into. I could just do it as like a segment and highlight style, but not actually put it in the main playlist. Because it's not an actual segment or highlight from a stream, it's just edited down content. And just put it in the Marvel thing, I guess. Although sometimes I do just enjoy playing stuff by myself off stream. So we shall see. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have sold those, should I? Just curious, can I send those? Because they're not the locked out symbol. No idea. Vendor everything else after we've killed Arthus, so... Well, probably after the stream, to be honest. You do make a good chunk of gold just running ICC, to be honest. Like 1,000 gold isn't... It's not a bad amount. Like, it's not efficient, sure, but it's something I'm doing already to farm for a mount, so it's not like I'm doing extra content. Just extra gold I'm earning inadvertently. Also, I was looking at this yesterday, my mount counter. It would be really nice if this was the actual mount counter that counted, because that would mean I would be almost at the 250 mount one, which is the one I actually want. I need to find another 50 mounts to earn from somewhere to finish off the ones I'm working towards. Because even if I get all the ones from Legion, right? Like the 7 that we're going to get today, plus all the rares and all the Argent Tournament stuff, I think I'm still like 25 mounts short. So I need to find another 25 mounts from somewhere? Apparently there's like 500 mounts in the game, so I don't know where the hell half of them are. I think they're in like dumb locked off places, and it's like one mount, but you have to spend 6 weeks farming it. Or one thing. Like this, to be fair, but at least this is like a whole thing, it's not just doing dailies over and over again to get one green drake. It has actually taken us almost 2 hours. Well, it's an hour and 40 basically to run Lich King 3 times, plus travel time. So a little less, an hour and a half. If I then added on a third character. Oh, I need to keep moving at this point, don't I? Because I've got like really low stuff, otherwise you'll summon those like black circles and just fling me into the abyss. I remember happening a lot when we were trying to do the thing for the mount from here. The achievement one. Oh, here we're good now. Cool, I can just drink the rest of my energy drink while we're doing this. Yeah, it's kind of cool we're getting like an extra rep buff though. It's a bit late considering I did all my grinding for rep and stuff yesterday. Which would have been really nice. Because it would have meant I'd have to done half the stuff and would have finished both the Legion reps yesterday. But okay, Blizzard, here we are. Thank you anyway. Oh, we got Brewfest coming up, and Pirate Day. And Harvest Festival at the end of the month. Got loads of stuff. And the Great Gnomeregan Run is in October as well, right at the start. Yeah, this character really does look like a mess still, doesn't he? Because he's just barely geared up at all, wearing this like weird reverse tube top thing. These giant plate shoulders. Purple cape next to a whole bunch of green. It's such a mess. It's just wearing like a whole bunch of benthic stuff as well. Jesus, this character is a disaster, honestly. Fact, just out of curiosity, is there anything good up in Kultiris for weapons? Oh, there is actually a weapon. Huh. There's a lot of good stuff up, actually. There's a trinket, too. Do we need trinkets? No, we're good for trinkets. Actually, no, wait, that would be better. Huh. And a new weapon, which would replace this 325 one. We actually have some good damage output. That'd be nice. That one, a staff. Which... What? Why is a staff better than my swords?
No more lives will be consumed by your hatred.
Cool. It's a good job that warriors can just use whatever, isn't it?
It is over, my son. This is the moment.
420 feet as well in Zandalar? God damn. There's actually some good gear around. There's been nothing for days because I kept logging in and checking, it was nothing. And today there's just everything everywhere. We still need waist, legs, and wrists. Wrists? Got them. Got them right there. Some good ones. And a headpiece, actually, that's 415. Oh, it's as good as the one I got. Never mind. Oh, do I need to come over here and slap Arthus? There we go. Nah, it's the dumb pet again, isn't it? God damn it. Right, let's head back over onto the gnome. Let's go get some mounts. Then I might finish gearing up the warrior. Although, chances are we're gonna be done when I finish Legion. Like, we'll probably have hit the 2 hours, if not exceeded the 2-hour mark. I kind of try and stick to 2 hours, just because I don't want to interfere with other people doing stuff. And then also it means my voice isn't completely destroyed for the next stream. Like when we did the Netherwing one right at the beginning, and my voice was just dead by the end of the stream. Which was mostly my own fault for just going off on giant tangents for the whole stream and then messing up really badly and having to just repeat the same flight path, which took like half an hour. It was my own fault, but try not to do that again. Are our bags full of crap? No, actually. Good. Yeah, if I do stream tomorrow, I might spend some time just going through the Covenants and stuff. If I can bring up the Covenant website without there being, or you know, like Wowhead stuff, without there being a crap load of stuff everywhere. Kind of don't want to open it up and have like 20 ads all over my screen while I'm trying to read something. Not a fan of that style. Alright, where to first? I can never remember which one of the zones is the like kind of crappy one with only one actual mount drop rare. Oh, this one. Nice. Yeah, we'll go do that one first, just because Naroa can drop the egg too. Also, if they're 100% increased, that means just doing doing 2 of these will be enough to finish the Argosian Reach. And doing all of them might actually get me to the Exalted thing again. Not Exalted, Paragon. So I get a chance at one of the Paragon mounts. Well, technically I get a chance at all of them. But I do believe all of the Paragon mounts can drop in a single chest. Which, if that happens, we will hit 200 mounts this stream. It's very rare, but if it does happen, we will have finished one of the major goals before Shadowlands. And other than... Actually, that will kind of leave me... I'll basically be done. The only thing I have left to do then is... finish off engineering, basically, and try and gear up some of my characters to make farming stuff easier. But that's like a thing to do before Shadowlands anyway, because none of the gear's going to matter that much from Shadowlands. Follow me, hits. I do feel kind of bad for mages. Like, their cast time really isn't great for them, is it? Hate to break it to you, Blizz, but 100% is not 300 extra rep. Unless it's going by what the original value would be, which would be like somewhere near 300. Like 200 and something. I guess it's that value, so it's the extra double that we get plus the original value doubled again or whatever. So we're only getting 800 rep, but it's still going to be the same math. Pretty much. Which is nice. Yeah. Really hoping... Okay, he's not going this way. Cool. I was gonna say, if he was coming this way, hopefully he doesn't instantly kill the thing before I get there.
Red Lord that once served me in the Black Temple has cast his lot with the Legion.
I'm pretty sure I've done this world quest for like the past 3 days in a row. Why is this one always up? I don't get it. No, I was gonna... Never mind. I was gonna use my AoE and my corruption went off and instantly killed him. Nice, and that puts us on... Oh, my math is actually slightly off. Gonna be 4 then, which we have enough here. Easily, without even going to another zone. Like, what res are up in other zones right now? Varga is as well. Blistermore. Handmaster? No. If only. That would have been literally all the ones I need up at the same time. What else we got in Macari as well? Wrangler Kravos? Meh. There's only one good rare there. That's unfortunate.
How fortunate.
Oh, actually I guess I should have just kept running up the path rather than coming over here. Never mind. I didn't realise it was the one that was in the cave bit. Actually, is this the cave bit or is this the up bit? I never remember. The cave, cool. Pretty sure, yeah, there is 2 res in here. One of them's to the left, where I am currently. Nope, that's a random cave. Down here. Come on, game, let me over the ramp. There we go. Chest there.
We have a target in this area that must be brought down. The choice of weapon is up to you.
I don't know why listening to the Witcher 3 soundtrack makes me want to play ESO, but it is doing. I feel like I should give that game another go. I tried it a few times and just kind of dropped out again, but I feel like if I actually got into it, I'd probably really enjoy it. The gameplay does feel like this weird mesh between WoW and Skyrim, though. It's just not quite either of them.
Our victory will come.
It's strange. I've also been thinking about going back and finishing off Warcraft 3, because I actually never finished it. I got a little ways into it, before the re-release came out, whatever it was, Reforged, that everyone disliked. So I still have the original version with the old graphics and stuff. Because it was like £8 or something, rather than the current one is like 25 but the same game, just with slightly more polish, basically. Which I feel is a little dumb, but because it is what it is. If it was like £8 for the other half of it, if that makes sense, like £8 for the original version, then you pay another £8, you get basically the up-to-date version of everything. I don't think I'd mind. I'd probably just get it because it looks nicer. I imagine it probably plays somewhat better as well, but I don't know. But it's a lot of money for basically just better textures, which don't really affect the gameplay in any way whatsoever. Also, from what I've seen of some of like the cutscene comparisons and stuff, the old cutscenes look better than the new ones. But I really don't think it's worth the investment, basically. Just throw his trap in and leave to try and make it so the Alliance people couldn't get the pull. There we go. That's a lot of achievements. What was that one? Professor of something? Oh, Protector of the Augustine Reach. I really misread that. Oh, also, there's an Augustine Reach, like, emissary thing today. That was not expected. I just hope I have enough gold to actually buy everything.
What is it? We will endure.
Nice. More armor to send to not my character. Yeah, which one of these actually looks nicest so I can buy the good ones first rather than... Kinda like that one. Oh, no, 1 second. Why don't let me preview that one? Oh, I was pressing the wrong button, that's why. Good job, me. I haven't got the Umble one, have I? Russet.
Take caution.
Well, here we go. Now that is a lot of mounts in one stream. I think it might be the highest number we've got ever so far, although I am down to literally 8,000 gold. I don't have any money. But I do have a lot of new mounts, so that's an upside. Also I have the Tome of Manipulation. Increasing reputation games with the faction of the Broken Isles by 200% for 2 hours. Cannot be used above level 109, so it's useless, but at the very least, I just got a crap load of new mounts. Yeah, we're 4 mounts off, and if I go back to Stormwind right now, we can get the next one. I am kind of curious if I can just hit all the other rares up while we're here and basically be done. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that one first. It'd be the easiest to get back to the teleporter, and I can just pop up to the top and do that one too. Because right now it's basically 1,000 rep per thing, so we should be really close to hitting a Paragon cache. I apologise if my dogs are currently audible because some of them are barking. But
We have many unanswered questions about my brethren's fall.
the dog just really doesn't like people leaving.
Only any memory crystals will
Gets very attached very quickly.
continue my research. Every such foe
Oh, come on.
our ultimate victory draws nearer.
How close are we on that one? Oh, it just says exalted when I hover over it, which is unhelpful. So, like 6,000? So, another 7 or 8 rare quests.
Formidable creatures here.
Maybe hit a couple others as well while we're running around.
The Shadow God seeks to empower them further with the void. Stop the
Oh, that's a
invasions
cliff.
and release these beasts back into the wilds.
How fortunate.
An insidious champion of darkness draws near.
How fortunate.
Strike it down.
There's got a lot of stuff coming out of them.
Never doubt that in the end, the light will emerge victorious.
Right, there's that guy over there too. Oh, it's an item. Okay. I thought it was tokens for some reason, but no, it's an item. And then we've got all the ones in the other zone as well. A lot of people standing around camping the spawn for this thing that's not here. Interesting tactic. I'm really hoping we hit the Paragon caches today. Got one more here. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over there. 6. We might be able to do it actually. Very close if we're not, which would be really disappointing, but be right on the edge. If not, I'll actually I probably will do the Void Elf thing on stream. I was contemplating doing it off, but I'll just keep going for a bit longer and go do the Void Elf zone. I assume it won't be super long,
How fortunate.
because the other ones haven't been.
How fortunate.
I mean, some of them literally just reuse other areas from the game, so...
This villain profanes the homeworld
Oh, he's got Old Midnight, I just noticed. That's the mount that he's riding around on.
for this atrocity. Reclaim what we once had.
Was that a gem? Yeah, I've got 2 of them now.
Argus,
Except one of them is Titan Forged. Ooh, spicy. What we got? Thing over there. Cool. That person's on a slightly different glowy horse. Beautiful. I wonder how many there are just random glowy horse mounts in the game. This one. Can we mount up, or no? I've got to do it manually. Okay. Let's go run through some lava.
How fortunate.
Better not build up too much of a repair bill because I don't have enough gold to pay it at this point.
How fortunate.
Stand ready.
Where are my pets at this point, by the way? Yeah, I don't have a pet, I know. They're just not here.
Fight like you've been crusading against the Legion for 1,000 years.
So I just got a message. That was loud. I think the ramp is this way, isn't it? Yes, it is. I love the random bats that just fly through the terrain. They're fun.
The burning fiend terrorizes our allies in the pits.
How fortunate.
The Brit at once.
A lot of people waiting for Blister
How
more.
fortunate.
So am I on fire? I was texting. What's happening? So, it's thingy. How's a Ruth? Oh, the res up. Should really move my phone off my desk because that's going to be really loud. I do apologise.
Another foe reduced to ashes.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, and all the people who were camping it came back. Bit late, but I didn't leave like the rest of you.
How fortunate. How fortunate.
Everything's like around in different areas. This is the same problem I had with Najatar, where everything's just on top of each other. Well, this is why you shouldn't text and drive. I have no idea where I am. I have no idea. Where's this place? Like a burnt out campsite. You know, legitimately, the same problem I have with Najatar, because the map just is no help whatsoever. It's like, oh, well, there's a ramp at that point between the two bridges towards the top. In reality, that's just a wall. On the map, it looks like it's the same level of terrain as the thing next to it. It's not. There's no way of knowing that till you go there. And if you're doing that in an area where everything is the current level as you, and you accidentally pull more stuff than you can handle, and suddenly you're being chased by like 100 things through an area you don't know where anything is because the map is no help. Why I don't like Najatar.
Crashed down, killing the very masters who spawned it. Destroy this monster.
Because that is the literal definition of that entire zone. Oh, I only got 300 rep for that one?
They reek of desperation.
Excuse me? Where's the rest of my rep? That was a rare.
How fortunate.
Blizzard, you owe me 500 rep, okay?
Of targets. Another is at hand, champion.
Hope you take note of that somewhere. Because now I literally can't finish this thing today, can I? Because I need more rep than I can gain, apart from doing random quests, which may or may not give me the rep I need. They might give me rep for another faction. Because that's the thing I found when we were doing this the other day. Supplies from the Army of Light. What? Huh? But they don't have an emissary thing up. I mean, if you're just going to give me free rep, I'll take it. Oh, or did I... Oh. I actually hit the Paragon thing without realizing. Huh, neat. Just go back and do the Paragon thing. I guess that's why it only gave me 300. It only gave me 300 rep. There we go, English. In fact, I can just skip the other guy and go back to the thing. Yeah, my Augustian Reach rep is on 8,000 again already. I don't know if you get anything from Augustian Reap, like, Augustian Reach rep caches. I can tell I've been streaming for too long. My ability to speak is just morphing words into each other now. Loads of people are coming online on the guild today. I think everyone's coming back, which is nice. Just auction house mail, okay. I need to sort out my auction house stuff, to be fair. So. Come on, what are we getting? Oof. Literally nothing. Equip a champion with the Elixir of Plenty, which grants 100 order resources when completing world quests as a combat ally. Wonderful. I think I've got like 100,000 war resources or whatever just sat in my box somewhere because I never use it for anything. God damn it, game. Oh, I have to grind out another 9,000 rep. That's an oof. Oh well, I'll be able to do that tomorrow, to be fair. Might be able to do it before stream tomorrow, and then just have the cash in my inventory so I can open that on stream. Ow, fuck. I just really badly slipped in my chair trying to push myself over one side. How? Also, I got 200 gold from that emissary cache. I just noticed. And 700 order resources. Nice. Don't need that, but the 200 gold's nice, considering I just spent, like, what, 50,000 buying dumb rams from that vendor. I really don't understand that, like, mount pricing either. Like, you buy a ram and it's 8,000 gold, but you want to go buy the mount for the other faction? Oh yeah, 500,000. Like, I mean, it would make sense if it was like 50,000, maybe, because then that would be the equivalent of buying all the mounts for the other faction. But it's literally 100 times the price of buying the mounts for the other faction. It's a really fancy mount, so I can kind of understand the pricing, but it just doesn't make sense next to the pricing of other mounts for factions in the same, like, expansion, who are literally next to each other in the same place. Like, I can kind of let the 70,000 gold griffins from BFA go, because next to the horses, which are really cheap, it's not that bad. Like, it doesn't seem as much, because it's only, like, you know, 7 times the amount. Like, you know, 10 times the price, fine, for, like, a fancy amount, but 100 times? It's kind of ridiculous. I guess Blizzard has to keep creating these gold sync mounts to try and combat all of the multi-boxes and stuff, but it just makes... It feels like it makes gameplay, for me, feel kind of weird, because it's like, I can grind up all of this gold to buy one mount, or I can buy 20. With the same amount of money. It's like, I really want that mount, but I can get 20 mounts for the same price. They don't do anything different. It's just a visual thing. I have to locate someone's home in the Ghostlands. We're going to Burning Crusade, apparently. That was unexpected.
This was once ever sunlit forest, a place of unbridled beauty. Windrunner's swords once brought such joy to me and my sisters.
Oh, I see.
To see them like this, fills my heart with sorrow.
I forgot the Ghostlands is this place in the Blood Elf Zone. Can I fly? No, I can't because it's Burning Crusade. Good point, game. Good point. I'm pretty sure there are horde patrols in this area, though. If I'm not mistaken. Because I remember trying to come through here to get the exploration achievements. I'm pretty sure there are horde patrols, so guess I better watch out for those.
This sanctum was once
So my neck really hurts from when I just really fucked up trying to sit up in my chair.
Our void experiments are proceeding well. I am certain we are on the cusp of a breakthrough, despite Ramath's small-minded protests. The Grand Magister must understand that this power is crucial to the defense of Silvermoon. Never again shall the Sindori fall prey to our enemies.
His voice actor sounds really familiar.
It seems our research has reached an impasse. I believe there is knowledge at the Andilian estate that will springboard us forward.
He sounds a lot like a voice actor from the
yes.
Star Wars cartoons.
Come, champion.
I'm not sure whether it was Clone Wars or Rebels. Although I think the cast from both kind of overlap anyway, so... maybe both. I'm pretty sure his voice actor sounds super familiar and like someone from that. Which can't pinpoint exactly which character or the name of the voice actor. Also, I really, really like the Void Elf mount, if that's the mount you get. The, like, Void, whatever those things are called again. Giant chickens. I don't know, but they look cool. That will be a nice mount to add to the collection if it is. Oh, is the door around the side I didn't go to? Yes, it is. Hello, random plan.
What business have you? We will have justice.
Just fine with the fact that there's a gnome in your Blood Elf territory during the
Left behind.
battle for Azeroth.
We are not the first of our people seeking to harness the void. I have found notebooks belonging to one whose very name is a curse. Darkhan Drathir. It was Drathir's betrayal that allowed Arthus to corrupt the Sunwell and left our kingdom in ruins. For the first time, I see why Ramath opposes our course of study. Nevertheless,
Would make sense,
I
yes.
believe this knowledge can be used for good. The bulk of Drathir's research was conducted at Dawnstar Spire. That is where we must go.
Umbric risks much. It follows in the footsteps of treachery. Let us hope this obsession has not led to his downfall. Come,
I mean, that would make
let's
sense,
make our
right?
way to Dawnstar Spire.
Because the Legion thought they were using the Lich King to destroy Azeroth. Whereas the Lich King thought he was using his power to protect Azeroth, whereas in reality he was being used by the Jailer to destroy Azeroth. The whole Arthus lore is just a whole bunch of twists and turns as to what his actual motivations are now, isn't it? Was he trying to protect the world? Was he trying to burn it all down? Was he trying to burn it down for the Legion or the Old Gods? Or maybe the Jailer? Also, there's a small frog that's level 4 there. That'd be good for my little baby raptors to kill. Because I'm pretty sure they're like anti-aquatic or whatever. I have to remember. Ghostlands is a good place to farm. Pet battle rep. Rep XP. Yeah, I'm trying to stay off the main roads and away from the buildings, because I'm sure there are horde patrols around here, unless this is like an instance version where there aren't any. Which I guess would make sense for the quest, but I don't trust them. Also, yeah, it's weird that there was just a blood elf stood there who was perfectly fine with me being here. Like, we're in the middle of a war at this point, and the blood elf is just like, oh yeah, it's fine, just go read his diary if you want. Okay, it's not PvP, it's just a Reaver.
This place resonates with power. Tread carefully.
Nothing I missed down there, is there? Okay, come on, it's this thing.
Umbric is a dedicated scholar, but his tenacity turned him and his followers into exiles.
Glowy magic floating book? This doesn't seem like a bad plan.
Led him to seek the fragments of an ancient world, one teetering on the brink of the void itself. His note said it existed within a rift in the very fabric of reality. He never found this place, but I have succeeded where he failed. The way will soon be open to us. Drathir believed this rift held an ancient object of unspeakable might. Perhaps this will be the key that allows us to gain control over the shadows.
Based on these notes, I believe I can reopen the passage to this world he spoke of.
Oh.
Let me see.
Oh, let's go. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, there's a beautiful mount.
We are ready to
Travel through the rift.
stay on your guard, champion. We do not know what we might find inside. There, up ahead. That must be Umbric.
Got any void dust?
Magister Umbric, I am Illyria Windrunner.
Illyria Windrunner? How did... My, what an unexpected honor. My people and I heard tales of what transpired on Arthus. As you might imagine, we have a keen interest in your interaction with the Dark and Naru.
Another time, perhaps.
Oh yeah, she like absorbed its energy or whatever.
Searching for it. We know
Became a super void elf.
we share common ground.
Indeed. Like you, we believe the void can be used to defend life rather than consume it. We have made great progress, Lady Windrunner, but many mysteries remain. Take this cube, for instance. It is an ancient device, perhaps even predating life on Azeroth. It seems to have been locked, and we cannot yet open it.
Careful, Umbric. Answers to such mysteries often come at a price. Look out!
Oh no.
The future I foresaw has come to pass.
It was a bad box. Can't say I'm surprised.
Show yourself. Who are you?
It was a bad boy.
Consequence. The more interesting question is, what shall you
A nether prince.
this place echoes the whispers of the great one slain, the whispers of hatred.
Dark forces surge through these ashen stones. No wonder the Aetherians were drawn here.
Oh, can I save these guys in the bubble? Oh, Jesus. No, apparently not. Okay, the little balls are like black holes, don't go near those. Baby bad. That was a transmogrifier. They all are, actually. Phase blade, actually. Oh, we're done. I was just gonna drop that on those guys. Never mind.
would they claim my brothers and sisters? This void storm is a conduit. A doorway that must be closed.
You stand on the threshold of a grand destiny.
Hey. I guess my purification thing is like super effective against these guys. Okay. I guess because also these guys are technically like Legion level, aren't they? So I'm like super over leveled in comparison to them.
Derzon is using these forges to draw in power. We must break his hold on Umbric's people.
Because you could get these guys back during Legion. Kind of odd these don't scale up then. Yeah, they're level 110, so they're literally 10 levels lower than me. And like 400 item levels.
These people are not yours. They are not lost. Our destiny is our own, Derzon. You will not define our future.
Just gonna turn down that Witcher music. I know it was getting a bit much.
Derzon tried to tear away your mortality. To make you like through your lies, a slave to his so will the other. But your fate is still your own, Umbric. I can teach you to quiet the whispers, to make the shadows serve you, instead of you serving them.
My arrogance was nearly our undoing. I dabbled with powers far beyond my control. If you will train us, Illyria, we will follow where you lead.
I sense the powers at your command. They are considerable. We would make valuable allies of the Alliance.
Silvermoon turned its back on us long ago. Today, we are reborn, and it is fitting that we walk a new path. From this day forth, the Alliance has our loyalty.
Wow. The elves really do just swap sides whenever they feel like it, don't they?
Your journey. Our champion and I will inform High King Rin of this news. Then I will return, so that we can begin your training.
It will take some time
Jesus,
for us
I thought
to
we were
adjust
done.
to our new forms. We look forward to your return, Lady Windrunner. And Champion, you have our deepest thanks.
Congratulations.
Yeah, there we go. We are
In time, all answers.
actually done with every single allied race before Shadowlands comes out, and we are 3 mounts off, which is insane, quite frankly. I think I said a couple days ago, I didn't think we were going to make it in time. But now we have actually finished. Oh well, we've almost finished. We're probably not far off, like a couple days of just farming out some extra stuff. We're there. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Hopefully doing another stream tomorrow. Probably gold farming stuff, though, with reset day being a thing. And, maybe getting some more mounts somewhere along the line. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.